And a good late Friday morning to you, Roger Hill at Wuthering Heights. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin Cities Subaru, and 802 Honda, all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. Here's our storm system. This is the surface low that's beginning to wrap in the vicinity of Cape Cod. And there's a little secondary bit of moisture that's going to be wrapping to the west. It's going to cross into mainly southern and eastern parts of, western parts of New Hampshire, kind of halting right about the Connecticut River Valley. A little bit of that is going to make it into parts of Windsor and especially Windham County. And then with this area of low pressure rotating back like this, it's going to be moving out to sea. And you can see this a little bit better here with the depiction of the upper level system. This is the surface low. And the upper level system, eventually the surface low is going to be pulled into the upper system, and it's going to be vertically stacked for a time. The whole thing is shifting gradually to the east, and that's when it will leave our region a little bit later on this afternoon. This is the 06C model run, and keeping it up to date. This is about 11 o'clock. And so here's where our surface low is, and if you watch how this kind of rotates back a little to the west, not too far, and then it kind of loops, and then it heads basically out, and it pulls away. So what does that do with the precipitation intensities? Keeping an eye on this. This is 11 o'clock here. The heaviest precip now is basically shifted to eastern coastal New England, and it expands westward, gets a little bit into the Connecticut River Valley depicted here by the European model. Just a little bit more leftovers. You can't really see the shades here, mostly in parts of New Hampshire, but a little bit of that kind of does make it into the southern counties of Vermont. Mostly we're talking Windham County. It's Windsor and Windham County that's going to be the most problematical with this, as this low kind of shifts. And then as it pulls away, precipitation lightens up considerably. The upper level low begins to pull away, and that allows warmer temperatures. Warmer temperatures change everything to rain, except for right along the mainly the central and southern Green Mountains. And western parts of Vermont, no real worries at all. Eastern parts of Vermont, you're going to see a little bit of a changeover back to kind of a wet combination of rain and snow. Let's take a look at the other models. Looking at precipitation intensity, this is again the European model, and this is where our slightly heavier precipitation is located. Snowfall rates by hour about 1.1 inches, qualifying it as moderate to heavy snow, and this continues to increase in 1.4 inches per hour. This is valid at about 11 o'clock currently, and this is what's going on. You can see this is tracking a little bit further to the west. Again, this is the European model. So we're talking about 1 inch amounts at White River Junction, West Lebanon, 0.8 of an inch at Springfield, 0.7 of an inch. You can see a little bit more depiction here, kind of lessening intensity here. Still that little bit of a wraparound with this influence of this low pressure center. And then once we get into 20Z, this is about 3 o'clock. That's 5 o'clock, excuse me, that was 4 o'clock, so that's 5. So you can see the progression here where things begin to dry out. We start to lose the snow. We'll be able to look at that in the rearview mirror. So it looks like the subalert will expire at about 3 o'clock or so. But again, the only area that I see is problematical, just continuing a little bit more chancy wet snow loading, is going to be in the southern far counties. I would say central parts of the Green Mountains and also certainly all of northern Vermont, no issues to worry about. And one last look, this is about noon hour. You can see that depiction here. This is the HRRR now, 1 kilometer resolution, a little bit more brighter resolution here. And you can see how these waves kind of work their way in. Again, it's the southern counties being affected, and mostly we're talking Windsor and Windham. And then things begin to push away and dry out considerably. The big action well off to our east. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights, thanks for watching.